This same dude, ladies and gentlemen, working over there at Blaze Media, trying to come across as he's some paragon of virtue. And he brings up God a lot. Tell me what's God-like about what he does. He talks smack about people. He ventures into the personal. He swears up and down he knows stuff he can't possibly know. He does all of these things. And he hides behind a cloth of truth. This is what he's trying to swear that it is, but never telling the truth about himself. How are you acting before you got a job at Blaze TV? What proclivities did you have, Jason Whitlock? We could talk about other people's personal life, but we don't want to get into yours, right? Looking like a damn walrus. This is who you are.
Okay, so we got to talk about Stephen A. Smith firing back at Jason Whitlock, man, because Jason Whitlock has been making comments recently about Stephen A. Smith. And, you know, every time Stephen A. Smith goes viral, Jason Whitlock, you know, he's quick to come out, respond, and try to twist things up and make it seem like, you know, he has something over Stephen A. Smith, like he knows that Stephen A. Smith is a plant. And also, you know, he tries to say that Stephen A. Smith lied about his basketball career and stuff like that. If you guys remember this video right here.
Is the Kevin Hart of the sports media. Smith is a plant. Disney and ESPN installed Smith at the top of the sports media world because his inadequacies as a journalist make him easy to control. Stephen A. Smith released a memoir in 2023 called Straight Shooter. I read it. It's farcical. When I listened to Cat Williams talk about Kevin Hart and Steve Harvey, my mind immediately drifted to Stephen A. Smith's memoir. Smith's story just doesn't add up. He, or his ghostwriter, claims he received a full basketball scholarship from Winston-Salem State after a one-day tryout in February of 1988.
So Jason Whitlock has been on that hate train for Stephen A. Smith for like the past couple of years. Remember, Stephen A. Smith came out, responded to some of those comments, called Jason Whitlock a fat bastard.
Now, there's a lot of people out there that want me to address other names. There's one particular person who will remain nameless, and I will not deny it. I think he's a fat, no-good bastard who I despise to the core.
And recently, Stephen A. Smith is facing a little bit of backlash for some comments that he made about Drake Maye. Now, Drake Maye had made some comments in response to what Cam Newton said. Cam Newton has said this on ESPN First Take.
Middle of the mall. And yes, is Drake Maye playing good football, Stephen Anthony and Ryan Terry? Absolutely. And I would like to attest his great play to one specific person that I know too well, Josh McDaniels. Mm-hmm. The thing that I have a problem with is if you keep playing sorry scrubs, then you're going to have this falsetto of a mentality going into the playoffs, and it has one and done written all over it.
So it was reported that Drake Maye responded, and he had said this. He was like, I really don't know what show Cam Newton is on. And then he went on to say some other things. I'm trying to keep this video too short, but as you guys can see, here's the quote right there. But pretty much Drake Maye had just said, you know, he doesn't know where Cam Newton said those comments. And then this is what Stephen A. Smith said in response, calling Drake Maye a liar.
And this team under Mike Vrabel can win the AFC Championship.
He's also a liar. He's also a liar. First of all, let me tell you, it's not to brag. You know, listen, First Take is the #1 morning show, 13 years and counting. April will be 14 years. Don't tell me you are an athlete and you don't know that. Don't tell me you are an athlete and you don't know that Cam Newton ain't on this show.
So it's like, stop disrespecting a platform. You know where Cam Newton is at. How could you say that? You're a liar, right? So I guess those comments rub people the wrong way. People's calling out Stephen A. Smith for, you know, just saying that and calling out Drake Maye like that. And Jason Whitlock had made a video talking about it.
You are sitting on national television calling a 23-year-old NFL quarterback. You're 58. You're a journalist, allegedly. You're making $20 million a year. And you're calling some 23-year-old kid a liar. And again, this isn't just me. When Stephen A. said that, and he doubled down and said it twice, called Drake Maye a liar, you could hear the crowd murmur like, wow. That's over the top. That's strong. That the crowd reacted like, hey, that's inappropriate. You could hear the crowd. You're a liar. He's a liar. He doubled down and said it twice. And I'm sitting there and I'm watching this. I saw this yesterday and I'm like, the man who's run around for 20 plus years pretending he had a college basketball career, pretending that he has a 6-inch screw in his knee, and you are lying and telling people, yeah, I knocked down 17 straight threes, and this little poor, broke HBCU offered me a full ride scholarship on the spot. You're telling those lies for 20 plus years. And you're calling Drake Maye a liar on national TV because he says, hey, I don't know where Cam Newton does a show twice a week? This is insanity. And that ESPN is allowing this.
So I guess Stephen A. Smith caught wind of that, man, and he had went off. And I would like to highlight that. He called Jason Whitlock a fat walrus and all types of stuff. And Stephen A. Smith, he had went in on Jason Whitlock, man. And I would like to highlight those comments. So if you guys stuck around this long, guys, hit that like button. That really does help support my YouTube channel. And I really do appreciate that, guys. Let's check out this clip right here.
We could talk about other people's personal life, but we don't want to get into yours, right? Looking like a damn walrus. This is who you are. The lion ass that you are. Ladies and gentlemen, this dude literally tried to say I lied in my book. Did you contact Amy Bell from Simon & Schuster? Because you see, they fact check everything. I'm a New York Times bestseller. I know that hurts him to hear that. You want to be in media. You want to be in front of the camera. I work for ESPN. I work for SiriusXM. Plus, I own my own platform. Who you working for? And by the way, you're working for them. Why? Because you can't get a job anywhere else. How come Fox won't hire you? How come ESPN won't hire you? How come CBS or NBC won't hire you? How come you can't get a real job? You don't talk about that. This is the kind of stuff that happens. He has gotten to a point where if you look at him, the only way he's making money is off of talking about me. He talks about me all the time, y'all. He talks about me all the time because you're not where I'm at. You know, you the dude that slide tape recorders under hotel doors to try to listen to athlete conversations. That's the dude you are. You're the dude that sit up there and lie all the time, every chance you get, and go about the business of undermining people in your professional career. There's a reason, ladies and gentlemen, you can say what you want about me, but you notice that you'll see me at basketball games, you'll see me at football games, you'll see me at boxing matches, you'll see me at UFC matches. You know why you don't see Jason Whitlock there? Because he can't show up in public. Because he's scared of what's going to happen to him. Because that's how many enemies he has because of all the lies that he has told, especially about black people. This is the devil in the flesh. I'm talking right now to the people who work with him. Y'all are next. I'm not talking about from me. I'm talking about from him. He turns on everybody. He will lie. He will deceive. He will do everything. Satan is his father. When I said what I said about him, he tried to call Winston-Salem State acting like I was lying about having a basketball scholarship. At least that's what they told me. Do you know what else he did? Are you ready for this? Put Kevin and Josh back up on the air because I want to see their face when I said this. Do you know he called my pastor? Pastor A.R. Bernard from the Christian Cultural Center in New York. Jason Whitlock called him trying to get him on the show to talk about my personal life and my personal revealings to my pastor. When we talk about despicable, how despicable can you be? This man, every time I turn around, the fixation on me, he went on Sage Steele's podcast and talked about me for 18 minutes. I just got off the phone with Sage Steele because I had to get permission to show the clip. And she said, quote, I was shocked at how much he continued to talk about you. She didn't say anything bad about him. She just said, I was very shocked because it was unsolicited and volunteered. He just wouldn't stop. I'm paraphrasing because he can't stop talking about me. Why don't you tell him the truth, Jason? It's the only way you can make money.
So that's Stephen A. Smith going off on Jason Whitlock. And like I said, guys, I put all the clips and stuff together for you guys. This stems back a couple of years now with Jason Whitlock and Stephen A. Smith going back and forth, addressing each other. More so, Jason Whitlock calling out Stephen A. Smith a lot of times. And Stephen A. Smith finally responds and clap back. And then I'll just come out here and show you guys the videos, put everything together for you guys. So if you stuck around this long, man, hit that like button. It really does help support my YouTube channel. I really do appreciate that. Took a little while to get these clips and stuff together. You know, I do it for the entertainment for you guys. So like I said, get in the comment section, hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Catch you guys on the next one, and we out, guys. Peace.